Hi and welcome to Gervasi Maths. My name is Gavin and we're going to be discussing multiplication. We're going to be looking at two different ways of doing a multiplication sum that I'm sure you're going to find very enlightening. So let's get started straight away. Right, so here we have our standard multiplication sum and we're going to start here at the top. You'll notice we have divided up into columns. This is what we used to do in the lower grades. But if you are a student and you're battling with multiplication, it could be that you did not quite understand this process and we need to just go through it again because it will really make doing multiplication sums very easy. So we're going to look at what is a unit, what is a 10, what is 100, what is 1,000. So let's write it up at the top here so that we have a visual aid. So units are single digit numbers between 0 to 9. Tens are double digit numbers between 10 to 99. Hundreds are triple digit numbers between 100 to 999. And thousands are four digit numbers between 1000 to 9999. And we can add to that then the 10,000s, which is 10,000 and we'll go up to 99,999. Now this little explanation here is very, very important. It will help you to do a multiplication sum a lot easier. Why do we say so? Well, let's have a look. So the one method is obviously the standard way of doing a multiplication sum, but the other method is breaking the number up into its expanded form. So in other words, 254 can be written as follows: 200 plus 50 plus 4. So now I'm doing this to show you hundreds, tens, units. So we know if it falls in the hundreds column, it must be a triple digit number. If it falls in the tens column, it must be a double digit number between 10 and 99. And if it's a unit, it's a single digit number between 0 to 9. Now, how does that information help us? Well, let's go through this sum together and then we're going to see. So let's start here under units. Here we see is 9. And we always start on the right. We always start with the units. And so step 1, so we can say this is process, the first process that we are going to go through. So this is process 1. Okay, and this is step 1 of that process. We are going to say 9 times 4 equals 36. Now 36 can be broken up into 30 plus 6. So these are tens, these are units. Why is that important? Well, we are in the unit column. So we know the unit column can only take a single digit number between 0 to 9. So our 6 fits that bill, and so that 6 will come in there. The 30 that's represented by the 3 must go to the tens column because it's a double digit number that falls between 10 to 99. So we put it right at the top here. We put that 3 over there, and that brings us to step number 2. Now we're going to say 9 times, how many of you said 5? If you said 5, it's incorrect. Remember, we're dealing with tens. It's a double digit number between 10 to 99. So that 5 actually represents a 50. And this is very important. So 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 5 is 45. And there, so we see that's actually 450. But we have this 30 that we have put up there, so that must be taken into account. So we add our 30 and we come to 480. 480 is written as 400 plus 80 plus 0. Okay, so there we have our hundreds, our tens, our units. So we're busy with the 10 column. We're busy over here. So it's a double digit number. It must fall between 10 and 99, which is 80, and it's represented by an 8. So we're going to put our 8 in there. and then this 400 or 4 must be carried over to the hundreds column. And so we do so, and that brings us to the final step for this process, and we come to step number 3, and we're going to say 9 times, and I'm sure you all got it right. It's not a 2, it's not a 20, because it's in the hundreds column. It's 200 because it's a triple digit number. It must fit between 100 to 999. So 9 times 0 is 0, 9 times 0 is 0, 9 times 2 is 18. But we have our 4 up there, which is a 400, and that must be added on to come to the correct answer. So 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry up the 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, so we come with 2200, which is written as a 2000 plus 200 plus, and I'm going to put here double 0 just to show that that's the tens column, that you just understand it as a student. Hundreds, tens, hundreds. There we have it. So obviously, because we're dealing with a hundreds column, it must be a triple digit number. There we go. It's the 200 represented by the 2, and we put it there. And here we have a 2000, which is also represented by the 2 of 2000, and it goes in there. So our answer there is 2286. So this brings us now to the second part, or the second process. So now we say we come to process number 2. So there we go, and we are now going to multiply with the tens column. And remember that this 19, if we did write it up here, would be 10 plus 9. So we are now going to multiply with 10. But because we finished with the unit column, we're not multiplying with the unit column. We need to put a 0 in there. So let's start this little process, and we're going to say we've got a 10 times 4, that's equal to 40. So we are in the tens column. It is a double digit number. It falls between 10 and 99, so there's nothing to be carried over. It's just the 4 goes in there, and we're going to say then 10 times 50. And remember, when you multiply by 10, you just add a naught on the end, so that becomes 500. We are in the hundreds column. It does fall between 100 999, so that's our 5. And finally, our final one would be 10 times 200, which makes 2000. Very nice, and that would fall in our thousands column. So I think we're starting to get the gist of this, and we're starting to understand what it's all about. So let's add it up. 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 4 is 12. Remember, the 8 plus 4 is actually 80 plus 40 if we were to do it strictly, and that's 0 and that's 12, so it's 120. So because we're in the tens column, the 2 would represent the 20, but the 1 is 100, because remember that's 100 plus 20 plus 0. So it's important that we remember that. So the 1 must come up here to the hundreds column. So it doesn't fit in the tens column. And we say 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a 800 there. And then we have a 4,000. So the answer is 4826. But in the beginning, I said to you that we have two methods that we can use to get this answer. So let's have a look at that. Now, I just want to show you a little trick here. Just want to get rid of some of this extra work that we did here, and I'm going to show you how you can actually delete all of that and all of this. Oops, but carried away there. And I'm going to show you how these two processes, process 1 and process 2, can really help us. So this was process 1. There we go. 9 times 4 we said was 36. 9 times 5 we said was 450. Notice I'm not adding the 30 that was up here. I'm not adding that in. And you're going to see why now. And then 9 times 200 is equal to 1,800. So if we just take those three totals and we add them up, 6, and this is going to be an addition sum. 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 0 is still 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. So we carry the 1 over. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have a 2, 2, 8, 6. And you'll notice that those two are equal. Interesting, hey? So let's do this with our other one and see if it is so. We draw a line here. We say 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 0 plus 0 is 4. 5 plus 0 is 5. And 2 plus nothing is 2. And we notice that this one and this one are the same. So if we were to take these two numbers, that answer and that answer, and we were to add them, they would equal exactly the same. 4826. So we can see by using these two methods, this method, we can actually come to the same answer. I just added in these up here to show you or to help you understand the standard way of doing a multiplication sum. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope by using this information you could ace your next multiplication exam or test that you are going to face. I am going to do another video with a slightly more complicated sum, and I hope by doing that together as practice you will then be able to master doing multiplication sums. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like what you have heard here, if you found it helpful, please subscribe, and we really appreciate it, and we look forward to you joining us for more of our videos, and I'm sure you're going to find them just as helpful. So this is Gavin signing off and saying cheers for now.